Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I have a video that hopefully will be helpful if you are going to start a new planner for the upcoming year. You could also use this video to help with academic start planners, or if you're in a bullet journal or just starting a new notebook. So I just want to give you guys 4 tips, and I think these will really help with like that planner anxiety that I kind of see on social media about people worrying about when to start a planner and if they feel like they're going to mess it up, quote unquote. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. So my first tip is for you to choose your planner purpose and your budget. So what I mean by a purpose is, what area of your life is this planner or notebook going to be working for you? Is it a actual budget planner? Is it for your, like a home binder? Are you going to use it for school or work? Are you going to use it for journaling and wellness? Or do you have a small business and you need a business planner? I think kind of figuring that out in the beginning definitely makes a difference. In the past, I have used one planner and kind of combined everything, and I've realized throughout the years that doesn't really work for me. I need a separate planner for each category of my life, and that has what has been working the best. So I'll continue to do that for my new planner for next year. So that is the first tip. And then definitely on your budgeting, check sales, because usually, like most companies out there, planner companies will have sales. So I think that that's important. Okay, so number 2 is to check out the company's website for the planner that you are looking at, and also always check YouTube for planner flip throughs. I've never purchased a planner sight unseen. I've always looked at flip throughs of other people's first if I wasn't able to physically get my hands on it. Now, most of the planners that I use are not sold near me in an actual store, so I heavily rely on planner flips, and that's why I try to show you guys as many as I can, because I think it's important when you're purchasing online to really kind of have an idea of what you are buying. So definitely always check out the company's website as well. They're going to have the most accurate information when it comes to the true descriptions of paper quality, how thick the paper is, the binding material, what that's made of, and also they are going to have probably some of the best tips of ways that you can take care of your planner. All right, so number 3 is going to be for you to check the size of your prospective planner. So this is going to be important when it comes to the layout of the planner. For example, Happy Planner makes lots of different layouts. They have a horizontal, they have a vertical, they have a daily dashboard. Whereas like a Hobonichi is going to have a monthly layout, of vertical, weekly layout, and then also a daily layout. So there's just so many different types of planners out there, and I think it's really important to check what size you need. I do have a video comparing a bunch of different notebook and traveler's notebook insert sizes to kind of give you guys an idea if you are new to picking out what size is going to work best for you. Another thing with sizes is you want to look at any type of bag you're going to be carrying with you, whether it's a purse or a backpack, or if you're just going to be carrying your planner if you do leave your house, if you're going to the grocery store, or if you're going to work, or if you're going to school. That is really important. I've purchased larger planners in the past, and I've kind of been unable to take them with me out places because I thought I needed more space, and the planners didn't end up fitting comfortably in my bag, and it just became nearly impossible for me to leave the house with those planners. Excuse me. The last thing that you want to look at when it comes to sizes is the setup time. What I mean by this is, if you are choosing to use like an A6 notebook for a bullet journal compared to an A5 size notebook for a bullet journal, A5 is going to be bigger, which means if you're going to be the one who is going to be setting everything up, that is going to take time that you are going to need to carve out for yourself, whether it's on a weekly, daily, monthly basis. I in the past used Stalogy notebooks, and that was one thing that I didn't really love, was that I had to sit down and schedule a time or carve out extra time for me to plan out the entire week, the month, the day, all of those things. So I think that's something else that when we see, especially bullet journals, yes, they look beautiful, but you have to keep in mind also that you want to make that time that you set up, it should be fun. And if it becomes stressful, maybe just reevaluate what type of time that it's taking for you to set everything up. All right, so my last tip, and I think this is probably the most important, is you want to plan how you want to plan in your planner and how you want to set goals. So for this one, I do have some examples for you guys to make this a little bit more concrete. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this. Now I made this, I've held on to it. I wrote this down back in last year in 2021. And this is when I was moving from a B6 down to an A6. So I wrote down A6, and then I have monthly, yearly, vertical, additions, things I wanted to write down on the days, daily, monthly preview. And so basically, I wrote down every section that I was going to be using in my Hobonichi Techo for 2022, and I wrote down what I wanted to track and what I wanted to use each section for. So then when I did move in to my Hobonichi Techo, I kind of had an idea of how I wanted to get started. So I have done the same thing, and this time I actually just put it right into my planner. I have a little tab for 2023, and I'm going to kind of show you guys how I have mapped out the way that I'm going to use my planners for next year. This was really helpful for me to put it right into my 2022 planner because I was able just to go back, look at the monthly sections and the daily sections and figure out what was working, what was not working, and different things that I wanted to add. So far, the first section that I have are dailies, and so I am going to be moving up into an A5. I'm going to be using the cousin next year, so I'm going to have a little bit more space. So I want to write down cleaning, like around the house, home projects, dinners, errands, any notes for my daughter's school. I also want to start doing this thing called a daily delete, which sometimes I do, but I want to make sure that it's in my planner so I don't forget about it. Also the weather, and I put a little tab here, or a little star, for me to reference my February dailies in this planner. Then the vertical yearly, I am going to kind of color code my work schedule in my personal planner because the vertical index section I don't really use. I've tried to use it for tracking and other things, and it just isn't working. So I thought that that would be a great way for me to just look at the entire year and figure out what days I have off, and instead of like flipping from month to month. So then I also have a monthly section, and I'm going to be writing down any like church activities we have, definitely appointments, my school schedule, any family events or birthdays, my husband's work schedule, the book of the month that I'm reading, any TV or movie releases that we plan on watching, and then the monthly dashboard in the cousin I want to use for pictures and memories. And then I also created like a color-coded system for the monthlies, so I can keep everything just really functional. And so I have, I'm going to try not to blind you with my light, but I have my weeks 2023, and I'm just going to show you how I have this set up. It's not completely done, but this is basically when I'm talking about the monthly view. I just went ahead and streamlined everything. So I'm just going to be doing a little bit of decorating and using a pen, probably no stickers, and then highlighting. So this same type of concept that I'm doing for my work planner, which is the weeks, I'll also be doing in the cousin that I'll be using for my home planner. The next section that I wrote down, because the cousin does have the vertical weekly sections, is the weekly overview. So I'm going to do a lot of meal prepping and cleaning. And I have shared a couple of photos of this, have been doing this year with an older cousin on my Instagram. So I'm basically writing down our meals for the week and then all of the ingredients that I need. That way, when we go grocery shopping at the beginning of the week, it's really easy to kind of figure out what we need for the week and what we don't. And then the last thing that I did was write down what I think I'll be using as my lineup for 2023. So I am going to be using, like I said, the cousin for my everyday carry. For my Spanish, I'm probably just going to continue in my weekly TN inserts. And for work as a teacher, I'm going to be using my weeks again, which I used this year. Scripture study, I'll probably also use an insert in my traveler's notebook, and then I have like a separate prayer and Bible study notebook that I keep at home, and that is just a Happy Planner notebook. So hopefully that kind of explains how you can visualize each section of your planner and how you're going to utilize it. So I hope that you guys find these tips helpful. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy planner related content, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.